Okay, so after the bug fix, or aka the nerf with Mitsuri, how good is she now? So a lot of people have been saying that Mitsuri is really bad now and she's very bad as a raid character, but I would argue that she's still not that bad. So what happened is that her fourth ability actually has 5 times less damage now. I'll show you real quick. Okay, so the fourth ability dealt 100 million damage before. Now it deals still a lot of damage, as you can see. Each hit has 540,000 damage, and this is with partner as a trait, and it's times 35. So that's about 17 million damage. It's still okay strong. With Celestial, it's probably going to be like 25 million damage. Pretty strong, especially since you can spam it and move around with it, and the energy gain is really good. That's about everything that happened with Mitsuri, but also the heal effect. Now the heal is only 14%, which was more before. So that's the bug fix or the nerf. So how good is she really? Before I could get like 13 billion damage in a solo raid with Celestial and Mitsuri, partner on Michiro and partner on Kirito, Awakening. But how much can I get now? And I actually have a recording when I actually did it with Celestial and Mitsuri and everything like that, even though right now I only have partner and Celestial and Michiro instead. But before that, I'm just gonna show you in a dimension really quick. Keep in mind, this is my first attempt and my only attempt. Also, I only have I have effects on, and I don't really play this dimension. And basically, I'm using partner instead of a good trait because I'm using a support trait. So it shouldn't be that fast. Even though I do believe that it's still gonna be pretty good, since Mitsuri is still a good character. She's not bad by any means. Like, people do say that the nerf was too harsh, and that she's still really, that she's now bad. But I refuse to believe that, because she's not bad. She's definitely not bad. Sure, she is nerfed by a lot, but her damage output is still fine, and her energy gain and spam ability is okay. It has been decreased by a lot, yes, and the nerf was pretty huge. But she's not bad right now. And already, I'm here in this room, and that's not too slow, even though I didn't use a single assist until right now. And I could definitely have used an assist before what I used, but I didn't, because, well, I don't really know when to use assists right now. But it's fine. I'm gonna have to use fourth ability here. Reason being that I did miss a few enemies at the back as well. Now I could hit those. I'm gonna use third ability here, and it seems to be a pretty okay time. Not the best. Might be below 2 minutes if I'm lucky. With the teleports, probably gonna teleport right here though. Yep, he did. Use third ability just to be safe. And yeah, it's a bit slower than 2 minutes. First attempt, no good, not a good trait. I don't really play this dimension. I don't really play this character. Still almost below 2 minutes. Really good still in dimensions. And if you had good traits, practiced, probably 130 character, especially with like Celestial. So let's just quickly also see in like another game mode like Boss Rush and Speed Raid, just to show you that Mitsuri is still a fine character, especially for being just like a raid character that you can get right now. Like, most raid characters don't even do like anything, but this time Mitsuri is actually somewhat of a viable character, even though she was meta before and got nerfed, aka bug fixed. She's still a viable character that you can use, so you shouldn't really complain about this. And it was kind of obvious that it was gonna get nerfed at some point. And this was kind of slow, I guess. 6 seconds. If you had Celestial, since I only have Partner, which is a support trait, probably 4 or 3 seconds. Still worse than the 2 seconds I got on the stream, and probably 1 second possible. But honestly, not too bad. And keep in mind, I also have effects on right now, so I'm playing a bit worse than I should be. But it shouldn't matter too much. Just the conclusion is that Mitsuri is still a viable character. Sure, she's not meta, but for a raid character, she's dang good. And that I can tell you. I'm just gonna use ult here. I didn't really use it before in boss rush because, well, then it actually mattered. Because that just insta-kill a boss. Now it doesn't really insta-kill a boss because it's only like an average or below average force ability. Actually, it's kind of below average. Less damage than most force abilities, if I'm being honest. Like, it might do like 20 million if you're lucky with crits, but 20 million is not that good. And 38 seconds is really bad. With Celestial and pre-nerf, I got like below 20 seconds. Now it's almost 40 seconds, twice as bad. Not the best for damage right there, for that quick succession. But now I'm gonna show you when I did it in Raid. So basically, why is Mitsuri still good? Yes, her first, second, and third ability are getting carried by the fourth ability prior to the nerf. But here, the first, second, and third abilities are actually doing a great job of dealing damage and keeps up with the fourth ability here. So it makes her more balanced, and with her good energy gain and just spam ability, you can basically spam her abilities really fast. And that is pretty good. That is actually pretty good. So, her third ability is really strong, and just if you use it once, it's really fast, but it deals damage over time, and all moves that deal damage over time are really slow, and that makes the character or the move like very strong in compensation. So the third ability is really good. The first and second ability are really fast. You can actually use them fast and just move on with other skills after that. The fourth ability as well is not that long to like end. It's not a slow move necessarily. It's not fast for that matter either, but in general her damage is sufficient. And sure, she might have lost almost like she probably lost 30% of her damage, but she still has that 70% damage left. Probably a bit less because before I could deal 13 billion damage solo, and on a full raid I got like 25 billion damage, which is insane. That was meta. That was the best character in the game. Now, in a full raid I haven't really tested with a stealth boost, but in a solo raid I get about 8 billion damage. I mean, that's like, it's not too bad. Like, it is really bad. It's a huge nerf. But 8 billion damage is not too bad. Like, keep in mind that with Shadow Monarch and Michiro, I get 10 billion damage. With Mitsuri, I get 8 billion damage. Now, those two are the two best characters in the game. And Mitsuri is only like 20% worse than those characters. Well, 25% worse. No, 20% worse than those characters. And if she was 25% better, she would have been as good as them. And that's kind of huge. Yes, she was meta by not that much, but she was meta when she was bugged. But now she's fixed. She got nerfed by like 30-35%. But if she was like 35% better, she would have been as good as she was before, but 25% better would be as good as Shadow Monarch and Michiro, the like two best characters in the game, alongside like Saber Alter or Saber Christmas and stuff like that. So really, there is not much of a difference. Yes, she's not meta right now. She's not the best character in the game, and she did get nerfed by a lot. But she's still really good, and she competes with the stronger characters if you have good stuff. Now this is obviously if you have good stuff. You have Kerm, you have good CDR, you have everything like that. But if you don't have those stuff, if you don't have good things, you should not be worrying about your character. The character only really matters if it's a huge change. For example, a starter to Shadow Monarch. That's a huge difference. Well, if we take like a C tier character to a B tier character, it's not going to change your damage by like a drastic amount. Unlike it is with cards and accessories and like pets. So if you don't really have good stuff, you shouldn't be focusing on a character either way, and definitely not like focusing on getting like Mitsuri. Then you should try to get cards, accessories, everything like that. Just get your damage up in general. So that's why I think Mitsuri is still good. She's not mid, she's better than mid, and I would say that she's one of the better raid characters. But yeah, that's about it for this video, and see you in the next one.